Hello coloring friends, so another week has passed very quickly as usually, and it's already time to see the results of our last week's challenge Find and Color. And it was a surprise for me because for last week we've got prompt bat, and it's not something cute and pretty as majority of people like to color, and so I didn't expect that many works, maybe average amount, but to my surprise I've got the same amount of submitted works as for desserts and sweets theme. That was a real surprise. That so many people decided to join and to color beds, and they were able to find suitable illustrations, and I believe some of you did enjoy coloring something Halloweenish in July for a change, you know. So it was fun, and the final slow is very interesting. But for now, let me show what I have colored for this prompt. I colored two illustrations. One is more simple, another more took more time, and the simpler one is from this Coloring Heaven Creatures of the Night special, illustrations by Sarah Richter. It was one of my untouched books, and so I decided I should color something in it. And though illustrations in this book are a little bit of Halloweenish, maybe dark, ominous, but my picture turned out quite joyful and quite colorful. And in spite of bats not being cute animals, this one does look cute, and that's what attracted me to this illustration, this cute bat. It was really fun coloring this picture, nothing complicated. I used markers as a base level, and then shaded with color pencils, and just added the circles to add even more joyful atmosphere to this illustration. And I'm happy how it turned out. I like the mood of this picture. So that was fun. And another illustration I decided to color from Nocturnes by Anastasia Elikoldova. I had just one illustration completed in this coloring book, and so I thought, well, it's about time to color something else in this beautiful book. There were two illustrations with bats in this book, and I colored this one. This lady with bats on her head. This time I decided to make bats in red color. I'm actually don't know whether bats can be in such color in reality. Maybe, maybe not, but in my vision I wanted them red. And then I colored this big moon because it just felt like there should be a moon on the background, and I made it in blue color. And I used different color pencils here. My favorite on this paper is Faber-Castell Polychromos. For the background, to save time and pencils, I used the Derwent Inktense as a base level, and then covered with ordinary colored pencils, and of course white gel pen for these stars kind of. It's actually easy to color Anastasia's illustrations because all the shadings are shown for you, and illustrations are very beautiful and you enjoy the process. And I'm happy with the result too. So it was also fun, though it took a little bit more time to complete. And so now let's see what you colored for this prompt beds. Uh, the final slideshow is a little bit Halloweenish, but not too much. There are a lot of other illustrations with beds that are not connected with Halloween, so it turned out quite interesting. Let's enjoy it together now. So these were our bets of the week, so to speak. Thank you everyone who submitted their work. It's always a pleasure to see the results of everyone's efforts during the week. And now it's time to draw another theme for the upcoming week. For this I'm taking my magical box as always, and let's see what we're going to color next week. So friends, we've got Old Man prompt. I can't say that it's quite an easy, simple prompt for coloring. I did try coloring an old man one time. It was an illustration by Wishan Ong, some wizard man, and in original illustration he had a smooth face, but of course old men, they're supposed to have wrinkles, and I remember trying to make that old man looking like an old man, adding wrinkles. I can't say that was a perfect result, but it was interesting, and it would be fun to try once again to color an old man. On some illustrations, I believe old man already drawn with wrinkles. It would be simpler with that kind of illustrations, but I'm not sure what I have in my collection of coloring books, what kind of old man. And so now I'm off for searching, and I'm curious what I'll be able to find. See you later. So I'm back, and I am surprised because honestly I didn't expect there will be that many illustrations with old men, but to my surprise I found much more than I had expected. Some books I predicted that I would find some old men in those books, and in others it was quite unexpected, and there are quite a lot of interesting illustrations, though you would think it's quite a boring prompt, old man. But no, you can find rather interesting illustrations for this prompt. And let me show a few examples that I was able to find in my collection. And the first thing that I thought of when I got this prompt, it was Tolkien stories. And the first book is Bestiary of Tolkien. And of course there's this old man wizard in this book. Then the second one is it's a Russian edition coloring book about magical world of the Middle Earth of Tolkien. Artist is Roman Pisarev, and there's a lot of old men in this book. Gandalf, of course, and some other white-beard guys, like here, and here we have Gandalf, and there is a lot of more. So there is something to choose from. But I know this book is only available in Russia or neighboring countries. It's very hard to get. This Korean coloring book, Fairy Tales. And what we have here is this caterpillar guy, but on this illustration he looks like an old Korean guy. So I think this one will go for this prompt. Googly Find Color. There is one interesting illustration, a double spread, And here we have this old Chinese man surrounded by young beautiful girls. So I guess he's an emperor or something like that, a noble man, and these girls serving him. Or maybe he's their father. This is also a possibility. Then this is Russian fairy tales coloring book, and in fairy tales there are often old man characters, and one is this one, old man. I don't know whether it's an English version of this fairy tale, this old man got a very big sized turnip, and he had to ask help for all his family, including dog, cat and mouse, to take it out. So here we see this old man. And another one is old man and goldfish fairy tale. I believe it's quite known in Europe, this fairy tale too. A Game of Thrones. I didn't expect to find any old man here, but I checked and I did find. We have these illustrations with many people, and here we have this old man on this picture too. Gods and Beasts, Adam Fisher. We have Odin here, and there's another illustration too with Poseidon, another god. Fantasia, Nick Filbert. I have this wizard man. There's also a Zeus, but I have colored him recently, this one. So I only have this picture with old man here. Fantasy Nouveau, Herb Leonhardt. There's a lovely picture with which I want to color for a long time, and it's humorous, and we can see this old man doctor fixing this dragon's teeth. One of my favorites. Then Lenka Filonenko, The Art of Tarot coloring book, and we have two illustrations here. And a few printed illustrations. One is this one from Selena Fennick recent book, Wild Magic, and we have Merlin here. Jade Summer, Norse Mythology, Odin. This one by Nadia Z Design from Etsy. She has such a beautiful series of mythology characters, one of my favorites of all times, I would say. And so she has this Poseidon god, very beautiful picture, again one of my favorites. And finally this one by Fabiana Attanasio. If you're a fan of Fabiana, or maybe you're a fan of Harry Potter, and she has an Etsy shop, and she has two sets dedicated to Harry Potter, one set with pupils and another set with teachers, and this guy is from teachers set. Really love this illustration too. Very handsome old man, I would say. So surprisingly there's a lot of nice beautiful illustrations for this boring sounded prompt. So I'm excited. There's something to choose from, and I hope you will be able to find something in your collection too. I recommend you to look through your coloring books, and maybe you will find where you don't expect to find. And that was all for today. Thank you for staying with me. Till next time. Bye.